Hello, good morning, Bob. I'll be speaking to you guys about banning of assault weapons in our country. It's something a lot of people feel very strongly about, for good reason. This is about a fundamental right afforded to us as Americans, the right to keep and bear arms. Our opponents are trying to tell you that these weapons should not be available to civilians, that they're too dangerous, and I'm assuming the implication is that the mentally disturbed can use them to harm the innocent. The thing is, the solution that they're providing doesn't really change anything. The government has tried, as they explained, the government has tried banning assault weapons before, and it didn't really work. One of the biggest issues with that is that you have to define what an assault weapon is exactly, and as Brad Plumer of the Washington Post puts it best, Congress didn't want to ban all semi-automatic weapons. That would ban most guns, period. So in crafting the '94 ban, lawmakers mainly focused on 18 specific firearms, as well as certain military-type features on guns. It was complicated, and its complexity made it easy to evade. As Crystal explained, often gun manufacturers would simply change the model name or would make minor tweaks to features here and there, so their weapons would no longer be considered assault weapons. There's also the issue of weapons that were grandfathered in, that is, weapons that people already owned that weren't really affected by this. Again, Brad Plummer. Any assault weapon or magazine that was manufactured before the law went into effect in '94 was perfectly legal to own or resell. That was a huge exception. At the time, there were roughly 1.5 million assault weapons and more than 24 million high-capacity magazines in private hands. Neither the '94 assault weapons ban or the proposed 2013 weapons ban really do anything to address these issues. Now, even if '94 ban had been successful at defining and preventing the sale and transfer of assault weapons, I'm not sure it would have made that much of a difference. In a Mother Jones article by Mark Coleman, Gavin Aronson, and Deanna Pan, they had a graph that showed that the 143 weapons used in mass shootings from the year 1982 to the year 2012, only 48 of those weapons would have been banned. And that's by the proposed 2013 weapons ban, the one that failed, the one that was supposed to be harsher than '94. So only about a third of weapons used in mass shootings in the past 3 decades would have even been considered assault weapons. This shows us that it's not really an assault weapon issue. It might be a gun control issue, but that's not what we're debating, and it's not what they're proposing. But let's say that assault weapons were banned effectively. Surely when the mentally deranged only have handguns at their disposal, fatalities would decrease, right? I mean, that's why they want assault weapons to be banned, because they're so much more dangerous than hunting rifles and handguns. So it would logically make sense. I'm sure you all know about the mass shooting in Aurora, Colorado. It's the one where that psycho shot up the Batman movie. He had a shotgun, a handgun, and a semi-automatic rifle with a 100-round drum. The latter most undoubtedly qualifying as an assault weapon. He killed 12 people, and that is a tragedy. But on April 16, 2007, Christine Hauser of the New York Times wrote an article in which she reported that 33 people were killed on April 16, 2007, on the campus of Virginia Tech in what appears to be the deadliest shooting rampage in American history, according to federal law enforcement officials. 33 people were killed, and 17 more were wounded. The murderer didn't have a shotgun or a rifle with a 100-round drum. He had 2 handguns, 2 standard run-of-the-mill semi-automatic handguns. Guns that wouldn't be affected by any of the proposed policies my opponents are proposing. Something similar happened in Fort Hood back in 2009. According to MSNBC, an Army psychiatrist opened fire at Fort Hood, Texas, killing 12 people and wounding 31 others. before being captured alive. 2 handguns were used, one semi-automatic and one revolver. Again, weapons that wouldn't be affected by the ban. Then, literally a month ago, April 13th of this year, in Wisconsin, armed with a 9mm handgun, Page, a 40-year-old U.S. Army veteran, opened fire at the Sikh temple of Wisconsin, killing 6 people and wounding 4 others before he was shot dead by the police. Now, I agree that there is a problem. It just isn't assault weapons. If my opponents want to stop mass shootings and want to regulate these dangerous firearms, they need to focus on passing effective legislation, not some feel-good bill that's going to lull people into complacency and give them some illusion of safety. Thank you.